Oh, hey, hold on a minute here. Hold on. So this one is a very long song title. This is Heavy is the Head That Falls with the Weight of 1,000 Thoughts. That's pretty cool. Heavy is the head that falls with the weight of 1,000 thoughts. So, yeah, that's really cool. I think just hearing the song title, that I wonder what this is. Because yeah, heavy, has a lot of different definitions. Musically, it could be sonically, or it could just be physical weight of something. But I think like heavy is the head with the weight of 1,000 thoughts. I think that's very deep. I dig that. I think that I'm going to be into this. But let's check this out. Here we go. Very black metal-y. Even vocally. That is low. Hit. Unreal, man. Let's go back there real quick. Okay. Heavy is the head that falls with the weight of 1,000 thoughts. Yeah, man. I loved that. It was so heavy. Like the intro part, this first lyric here, very black metal. This was just a heavy, like a really just a cool, groovy, down-tuned song. Let me know if you guys, when you watch this, I really like interpreting lyrics, but I think a lot of times what happens with like reactions, stuff like that, is that there's really not a lot of time for that. That was the one thing I really liked doing in college. I really liked poetry classes because I was able to really interpret it. So when I read certain lyrics, I feel like I'm doing that again. So when I read this, the path that you seek will conquer what you see. Now that one there as a standalone line, that could be inspirational sounding. The path that you seek, so like you have an idea of what you want to pursue, will conquer what you see. So maybe, to use a real life example, maybe let's just say, for example, you want to be a full-time musician. That's the path that you seek, and it's conquering what you see, which is maybe you're still working a day job in a factory or something like that, and it's just not what you want to be, but the path that you seek will conquer what you see. But the next line, the earth had abandoned me in my time of need. So obviously I don't think it's very inspirational sounding, because when I read it again, the path that you seek will conquer what you see. To me, when I read this line with the other line in tow, to me it feels like it's a person who is striving for this but will never quite reach it. So like this idea that you have, this kind of grandiose, maybe kind of thought that you have of where you want to be, you will never quite reach it, but it will still, the idea of it will always conquer what you see. I think that is an obvious thing. But then the earth had abandoned me in my time of need. There could be many reasons why. The earth had abandoned me in my time of need. I don't think I necessarily interpret that as like the earth or the world owes anybody anything. But let's face it, there are some people who are just put in situations where it's very difficult to succeed. It's just, you could be the smartest, most intelligent person, but like sometimes there are just real limitations. And I think that there are certain people who experience that, and it's very sad, because they have the capability of doing that, but there are certain factors, maybe it's money, maybe it's, they grew up without a very supportive structure, so they had to get a job very, very young, and they weren't able to pursue, a higher education to maybe reach what they wanted to. They've had to just really live to survive, that kind of thing, and they had to kind of put their dreams off to the side just so they could put a roof over their head. That's very real. I know for me personally, sometimes I feel that way. I didn't really have the greatest support structure growing up, and I had a son very young. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would never trade that in for the world, but it's just harder to reach some of those goals when that stuff happens. Not that I'm saying that you can't. It's just saying that it might take longer. And you could also, with it taking longer, you might feel like it never comes. And then there's like, not necessarily self-sabotage, right? But it's like this just feeling of like, man, I'm just never going to reach that. Then the other lyric that I find really cool here is trapped in loops of suffocating sound. Because if you keep telling yourself that, it's just not working out, and that's very hard to break out of. So when you read that, trapped in loops of suffocating sound, that could be your own internal monologue telling you that it's just like, it's not going to happen, blah, 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 blah. So that's very interesting. Let me know if you guys, when you watch this, if you like this kind of lyrical analysis stuff, because I would love to do more stuff like this. I really love digging into lyrics, even if it's not necessarily what the artist says it's about, right? Because, I mean, this could be about totally something different, but I like really doing this. So let me know what you guys think. But I really like this song a lot. I think this is a great song. It's like the deepness lyrically of Two-Way Mirror, but just upbeat and really cool. So let's just go on to the next track here. This is a sad cartoon. Here we go.